Hey everyone, and welcome to Talk Tickers. Today we're digging into the latest earnings from Nextdoor. That's ticker NXDR. And let me tell you, this is a company that's going through a huge transformation right now. All right, let's get right to it. The day after the report dropped, Nextdoor stock just popped. We're talking a jump of nearly 14%. So the big question is, what on earth did they say to get Wall Street so fired up? Okay, so first up, let's just look at the raw numbers. The headline figures that really caught everyone's eye right from the get-go. And wow, it was a really clean beat across the board. They beat on revenue, coming in at $65.1 million. That's almost $5 million higher than what analysts were expecting. And on the bottom line, their loss per share was a penny better than consensus. Look, this is the kind of solid, no-nonsense execution that investors have been absolutely starving for from these guys. But here's the really crucial part. It's where that extra revenue came from. The engine behind this beat, it was their self-serve ad channel. That thing surged an incredible 27% year over year. And get this, it now makes up 60% of their total revenue. That is a massive signal, folks. It shows they're shifting to a much more scalable, much more efficient way of making money. Okay, but numbers are just one part of it. What's really fascinating here is the narrative that management is pushing. They're not just calling this a good quarter. They're calling it a refounding of the entire company. It's a huge strategic pivot to something they've branded the new Nextdoor. So what is this new Nextdoor? Well, it's all built on 3 new product pillars. The goal here is to make checking Nextdoor a daily habit, not just a once-in-a-while thing. So you've got 1, curated local news from tons of publishers. 2, real-time alerts for things you actually care about, like local traffic or weather. And 3, this new AI-powered assistant they call Faves, which is all about local recommendations. And the CEO, Nerov Tolya, summed it up perfectly. He said, they're shifting from a product that's, reactive and episodic. Think about it. You only go there when your cat's lost or something. To one that's structured, real-time, and genuinely useful every single day. They want to be indispensable. All right, let's switch gears and talk money. Because a great story is one thing, but you've got to have the financial discipline to back it up. Let's see if they do. And yeah, the foundation here looks rock solid. The company is sitting on a really healthy $413 million in cash and investments. And maybe even more important, 0 debt. Absolutely none. On top of that, they're getting lean, pulling $30 million in yearly expenses out of the business. That is serious. Okay, so what does all that financial strength get you? It gets you a clear, and I mean credible path to profitability. Management isn't just hoping for the best here. They've put a stake in the ground. They told the street they expect to hit quarterly adjusted EBITDA break-even by the end of this year and be profitable for the full year in 2026. That's not a fuzzy goal. It's a timeline with dates on it. So, let's recap. You've got this exciting new product story on one hand and a super disciplined path to profit on the other. So, how did the market take it? How did investors who've been waiting for this turnaround for a while react? Well, they loved it. Plain and simple. The market rewarded the execution. Management laid out a clear, compelling narrative, and investors responded by pushing the stock up almost 14% on heavy trading volume. It was one of those rare moments where the company's story and the market's reaction were just perfectly in sync. Which, of course, brings us to the big question on everyone's mind. What's next? Where does the stock go from here? And that means it's time for our Take in the Next call. All right, after that big pop, let's break down our house view on what to do with NXDR now. Okay, here's our call. We're rating the stock, market perform. Look, after a jump like that, a lot of the good news, the near-term turnaround story, was already baked into the price. For Q3, we're expecting them to hit their numbers, pretty much in line with what they've guided. But the real game changer, the next big catalyst, is going to be proof. We need to see hard data that this whole new Nextdoor strategy is actually making people use the app more. Until we see that user growth and engagement really start to accelerate, we expect the stock to kind of tread water, probably consolidating somewhere in that $2 to $2.50 range. And just a quick reminder, as always, this is all for informational purposes. It is not financial advice.